Oh man. Okay. Okay. I want to get into some of those topics that you have touched on, some of those ones that are there behind you that are part of kind of your
Yeah.
own sales methodology that you've built over all of these years working in sales in various capacities. Can you
Yeah.
walk me through each of those and kind of what they mean?
Yeah, totally. So I think the show me you know me piece is it really is a methodology throughout your entire sales process. So it really started with a great way for us to stand out in cold email. So if I'm going to reach out to somebody and I'm going to say, leading sales consultancy or something like that about Sam sales, nobody's going to open that. Why? Because they know it's salesy. But if I look at someone, let's say a CRO or a VP of sales, I look at their LinkedIn profile, I see something about the company that's happening, and I do something that doesn't quite make sense in the subject line, except to them, I'm going to capture their attention. So for me, like I went to Florida State, I was on a Nickelodeon game show. I love Barefoot Contessa on the Food Network. If you worked any of those things through, right? If you were like FSU plus Legends of the Hidden Temple plus whatever your company name is, you're going to get me to open up your email because you've at least done some homework and you've differentiated yourself, right? But that it only starts there. Then it works through like, what homework do you do on the organization before they join? Do you connect with them on LinkedIn? What about on the second and the third call when you have new attendees that are coming in? Do you do your research on them before? Do you connect the dots of who knows who and how they know each other, right? All of that information is really critical to setting you apart. I will say this too, because I get so many questions on this. How do I interview well? What do I do to stand out as an interviewee for a new sales job? This is the same thing. Do your research. And I'll tell you, like, we're interviewing candidates, VPs of sales, CROs for our clients. Probably 10% of them do the research. It's tons of questions about who we are that is very easily accessible on LinkedIn that they just don't do. I think the other piece of show me you know me is to really understand what your prospect does. So I've got a lot of senior tenured reps who tell me I don't need to do my research in advance, right? Like I can wing it. I'm senior. I know how to do this. But when you get on a call and you say like, tell me what's going on with you guys, how we can help you. And that customer says like, you tell me what you know about me first. And the rep's like, I have no idea because I didn't do my research and I thought I could wing it. That's where we really fail, right?
Mhm.
So having a good understanding of what they do, how you can help them, and also other organizations that you've worked like them and specific customer stories of how you have helped them so they can envision what it would be like to work with you. On the urgent bird piece, urgent bird gets the worm, right? I know it's early bird gets the worm, but for us, it's urgent bird gets the worm. Move your buns is usually a different word in there, but move it, right? Like you're the first person to get their wins. So show that urgency, show
Mhm.
that responsiveness. We also talk a lot about this, about just doing what you said when you said you do it, said you would do it. So like Sarah, if you had asked me for materials before our podcast and I said, I'll have it to you by Thursday. Let's say I was waiting on a new picture or something to come in and I knew it was going to come in on Friday. My mantra would be to make sure that on Thursday I would say, I know I owe this to you. I'm going to get it to you tomorrow. I just didn't want you to think I forgot. For you, that would probably knock you out of your chair because most people just send it to you whenever they've got whatever they've got that they said they would send you.
Yeah.
Instead, just think about that. Send something by the time you said you would send something by, right? But the urgency could make or break your deal. I'll give you kind of a silly example. I posted on our local, in the United States, we've got something called the Nextdoor app. Do you guys have this in Canada?
No.
Oh, it's great. So it's like in your neighborhood and you can post things for sale or help needed or
Okay. Okay.
recommendations or whatever.
Mm.
And so I posted and I said, hey, I was like, you guys, high schoolers are on spring break this week. If anybody wants to come and mulch our giant yard, here's what we're willing to pay. You guys go get the mulch and come do it. Urgent bird gets the worm. First person to respond is going to get the business. I still get texts about it. And it was in March. And I'm like, hello.
Like if I hadn't
So
mulched by now, I'd be in trouble.
yeah, exactly. But even last night, I was talking to a prospect who said, can you get us a proposal for something? And I said, sure, I'll have it to you tomorrow. But I did it last night. That urgency really sets you apart, right? It just
Yeah.
shows responsiveness. It shows that that person is a priority. And I think if you even weave these just two, these two pieces into your sales game, it'll set you so far ahead of the competition because I promise you the majority of sales reps don't display urgency and they don't do their research in advance.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And now that you've kind of given those couple of examples, I'm thinking of all these examples from my own life where I see those people that are urgent. And I love that display of urgency. And I'm thinking about it even in like social kind of settings. Like I can't remember who it is. I think it might be like my boyfriend or his brother-in-law or something, but at a family house where somebody goes like, guess it's time to clean up. The like first person that jumps up and goes like, I'll take the plates. You're always like, that's a good kid. I like that one, you know?
That's exactly right. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
character too.
Exactly. It just shows that they're like, yeah, let me hop to it. I'll do it right now. And even if it's something where then someone goes, oh, no, don't worry about it. We'll get back to that later. But the
Yeah.
fact that you've shown yourself as like, I'll take the initiative. I'll do it first. I'm here. I'm ready. That's like, it's so appealing. As you said, it shows great character. It like makes that person really appealing. And the
Yeah.
same translates to sales. Well, sales is a human connection. So most of these things are
Totally.
transferable to any aspect of your life.
Well, and I think when we talk to a lot of executives, right, we say, tell us about your great experiences with sales reps. And you know what they say? I've got one or two. I've got
Yeah.
one or two sales reps that have been exceptional in my career that have sold to us that I would buy from anywhere, right? And I'm lucky enough to get those accolades from a lot of our clients. Like I would buy from you wherever you go. But I think what you want to think about is that I know this sounds so negative, but the great majority of sales is kind of just an unknown hodgepodge of like, I hope I'm doing it right, but I'm not really sure. There really are some true elite salespeople out there who understand how to do it. So show me, you know me, and urgency really is all about the idea of being different, right? If you do your research, if you show that urgency, people are going to be like, well, that's pleasantly weird, right? And they're going to be excited about it. And then they're going to be like, well, this is the standard you hold yourself to. This is the bar you hold yourself to. And by the way, if you hold yourself to this bar with me, I probably have other people that would love to meet you. And I find that often that people will just refer because they're like, oh my God, a salesperson who knows how to do their job really well. Like I want everybody to know who this person is.